drive and take position. But I'm going to try to fight him and say only on the mat the whole session. So, he's bigger. He might win. Hey, so a couple things. We are going to be wrestling on top and bottom. I think that's really, really important. And I think that whenever you spend a lot of time in something, you get really, really good. All right. The problem is, a lot of kids, or most kids, they want to spend all their time on their feet. That's fine if you want to get good on your feet, but if you want to get good on the mat, you're going to have to spend time there. Right? So I think it's really, really important. First of all, mentally, right? To realize I do want to be good in all three positions. Right? And I think that's really, really important, both for your turns, right, and for being able to ride guys. Right? I think that's a really, really big deal. Right? How many times you see a huge match won by 1 point? Right? Your state finals match, or your state semifinals match, or making a world team in a semifinal match. Right? So 1 point is a big, big deal. If you get a takedown with 27 seconds left, that is a huge ride out. Right? So not talking about getting any back points or anything. That's a huge point in your match and in your career. Right? So be able to finish a period on top, right? Or you get a takedown, right? You just took this returning state champ down. You just took the #1 guy in the country down at Super 32. He gets out and then he takes you down. Right? Now we're not doing so hot. Takedown, ride out. Now he doesn't want to go down in the second period. Right? You're on him. You get another one. Right? That's how you can start making a huge name for yourself. Right? So I think that's really, really important, and it starts with your own mentality that you have to want to be great, right, on top. Right? And then the next thing behind it is you have to spend a lot of time there. Right? And I know there's a lot of guys that like it, and then there's probably a lot of guys that don't. But we'll have practices where, like today, we're not going to touch our feet, right, for this session. It's going to be all about mat on top and being able to get off the bottom. Right? I think that's really, really, really important. Let's just get some consistency. We'll start right where Coach Jarrett was working. Right? And I think it's pretty cool. I had a roommate that won an NCAA title, just like he was doing it. So yeah, it's a little drill to start getting you going here, down blocking, but he'd here and hit the Granby, go ahead and hit the Granby, in overtime with such victory, takedown, NCAA champion forever. All right, that's pretty cool. That's the drill that you guys started with and how real it can be in our sport. Right? We're gonna do it the same thing, but from top. Right? So we'll just be here, just riding a little bit, he'll clear his feet. Right, catching that hip back inside. Right, I'm on the other side here. He Granby, so I catch the hip. I'm back inside. Right, you can do 3 or 4 in a row. Right. The other way that you can follow Granby's, right, you got to be careful on this one. That one's so much easier. But if you feel like your head starts to go down in a match, here I'll be on my head. Right, so don't go with him. I don't want to get caught on my hip. Right, so if he starts Granby in here, I'm on my hip. This is where we get reversed or give up escape. Right? So if you want, you can also cartwheel on your head. So if I feel it, go nice and slow. I got a bad neck. So here, here, right back to my knees. Right? I did not hit my hip. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to attack again. Right? So that one's a little bit trickier. But if you feel like your head starts to go, right? I didn't feel it as much. Right? You can go with them. Just remember, I don't kind of hug his back here. If I end up going, the top of my head hits the mat. Questions? So just play around 4 or 5 in a row, and the other guy goes. And we'll keep going from there. Yeah.
You say you catch him, what exactly?
For me, I like to stay in contact. I like to think about it like a wide receiver. If he gets too much distance, I can't make that gap back up, right? So if Sam hits this Granby, and he gets too much space, I'm not getting back on. So watch how I'll stay in contact from my tight waist or my belly hand. We'll just slide to the hip. And I'll stay in contact so I feel that Granby. You know, it stays there. Again, I'm back under his arms. Ready to attack. Okay. Questions? So the first drill, just floating on a Granby, right? 1, 2, 3, go.